Hi guys, today we're going to be talking about audio, getting audio onto your website, and we're also going to be talking about recording audio. Now, audio is very important because you can make products out of one audio recording. I could record this screen capture video right now. I can convert it to audio, and if it didn't need a lot of visuals, I could actually sell that audio. I could put it on my website. I could make it into a product if I wanted to. So you could just talk into a mic, put it on a website, and people could pay you for it. But let's talk about the technical aspects and how do we do that? Well, I'm going to cover two free options, and then I'm going to actually take you through the process. So right now, you might be looking at a WordPress dashboard. That is my website, and that's where I'm going to be putting, or actually, I'm going to be putting an audio file up on this website. And you can do the same thing. So let's get right into it. So first off, let's talk about the programs that you could use, free programs that you can use to create an audio file. Well, if you are on a Mac or a PC, you can use a program called Audacity. That's audacityteam.org. You can also just search Audacity Audio Editor, and you will see this page comes up to Audacity, and you'll see here it's available for Windows, Mac, and Linux. You just download it and open it up. Now, funny enough, I have an old version of Audacity, and it is not opening for me on my Mac. I'm on a Mac, but I have used it in the past. I've used it many times on PCs with no problems. I have used it on Macs before as well, but like I said, I have an old version, and I actually have something else that I'm going to use. But don't fret. What I'm going to use is very similar to the Audacity program, and there's really not too much you have to do in either of the programs that I'm going to show you. So what is the Mac program that I'm going to use to record audio? Well, it is an application, actually, that is available on Macs when you first get your computer, and that is called GarageBand. So I have GarageBand here. I just opened it up, and it has a little gray area in the middle. It has some areas down here, which we do not need to be worried about right now. And we also have a couple weird-looking tracks over here. We have a podcast track, male voice, female voice, and some jingles. Now, what does all this mean? Well, each one of these tracks, each one of these tracks, the male voice, the female voice, and the jingles, not the podcast track. I repeat, not the podcast track. This is like a main track that you don't do anything on other than drag some artwork. But these male, female jingles, that is the actual audio track. I've selected male right now. I can select female as well. And what does that mean? Well, GarageBand actually puts filters on to some of these tracks and to make it sound or make it to make it record whatever you are, the recording. What? Excuse me, I can't say that. Whoever is doing the recording. So last time I checked, I'm a male, so I'm going to stick with male voice. And when I record this, it might have some filters on here that make it sound, I guess, more manly. You can also take those off. If I recorded my voice and if I recorded on the female voice track, it would have separate filters that sounds a little bit more tuned for a female. And jingles is not for voice, but you can record a voice if you want, but it's not for voice, it's for music and other things like that. You can also delete these, but I'm just going to select male voice. I could do a whole 2 hours, 4 hours just about GarageBand, and I do have some tutorials on YouTube if you are interested in doing specific things with GarageBand, such as making a podcast. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to make a little podcast today. Now, if you look, you might see some things moving up and down. Those are some meters. That is because GarageBand is also monitoring my audio from the microphone that I'm speaking into right now. Now, all we need to do is record some audio. Now, in GarageBand, there's a big record button. Audacity is the same. It might not be in the same place, but there is a record button. And once you click record, you're going to see a line start moving. And this purple, pink, reddish track is starting to be built live while I'm talking into it. And you might also see some squiggly lines as well. And those are what's being recorded, the audio. So if I got really loud, it's going to get thicker here. You notice that? When I get really quiet and whisper into the mic, it's going to get smaller. So, boop, boop, boop. Boop. So see that? That's just a visual representation of what is being recorded. I'm not going to record too much, about 30 seconds, so let me stop. So I just hit stop. It keeps playing for some reason. I'm just going to click this play button and get this little red line to stop moving, and then we can move it to the front. So here's my entire track, and this is my entire recording. I could play it. You might not be able to hear it, but I can actually play it. Pink, reddish track is starting to be built. Okay, so I now have a recording. Now I need to make it into a file. And that's not too difficult. In GarageBand, what you want to do is you want to make an MP3 file, and you also want to do that in Audacity as well. And or if you're using Audacity, you want to create an MP3 as well. MP3s are fantastic. They're small file sizes, and almost everybody can play them and also download them to their computer. Okay, so in GarageBand, you can't see it, but way up at the top, I have an option that says Share. And so I'm going to click Share, and then I'm going to export podcast to disk. And then it's going to ask, what do I want to compress it, using AAC or MP3? Well, if you just heard the last few sentences I was saying, you will know that we want MP3. And then I'm going to click Export. And it's just letting me know that this is not an enhanced podcast, which is fine. That just has to do with other special things, such as chapter markers and URLs. We don't need that. We just want a straight up file. So here it is, my song. I'm just going to, let's see, podcast. And we'll put it right here on the desktop, which you should never do, really. Or if you have anything important, you should never put it on the desktop. But this is really quick. And then I'm done. It did its job. Now I need to put it on my website. So Audacity is the same thing. See the squiggly lines? You would record, then you would just click Save As and save it as an MP3. So let's say now that we have it, we have the MP3 and we want to put it onto the website. No problem. I'm going back to my WordPress dashboard. I'm logged in, and I'm going to go to Media Library. I'm going to Add New. And when I click Add New, it's going to ask me to select some files. I'm going to go right to my desktop here. It has to think for a second. My computer's being a little slow. I have a lot of things going on right now. So here we go, desktop. And there's podcast right there. So I'm going to select that. And it's going to upload. See, there it is. If I select podcast, this is all in WordPress still. You can actually play it and listen, monitor it. And then you can also select the URL. I'm going to select everything and copy it. And I can put it into a WordPress page or post. I'm also going to show you another way to do it as well. I'm first going to go to my post. No, I'm going to add a page. I like pages. Add new. We're just going to name this audio test. And then I can go to the text side of my body. And if I wanted to, I could just paste this in. And you'll see that it immediately puts it in. Also, if I wanted to, I could do Add Media. It brings up my media library. Here's my podcast. I can select it and choose Insert into Page in the bottom right. And it's going to insert into the page. Looks identical. If I click Publish, once it gets done publishing, I can view it on the page. And here we go. And if I test it, start moving, and this purple, pink, and there we go. So WordPress is smart enough to put an audio player in there for me. People can click it, they can play it, and they can do what they want. Now, what if we want them to be able to download it? No problem. You have to add some text. Doesn't matter what you do. I'm just going to do download here. And then you need to actually make this a clickable link. So I'm going to select all my text, click my little chain that says insert link, paste the URL that I copied. This is the same URL as the audio file, and apply. Now, if I do update again, see how it says download here? Let's take a look on the page. So now people can listen to it. Those are the first two that I inserted. But we also have download here, which means if you click it, it's not going to play. You actually have to right-click and then save link as, or save as. And then you'll see, well, sorry, my screen's a little too big, but it actually is asking me where I want to save my MP3 file. And that's it. I made it look easy, but it really is easy. It's simple. And that is all you need to do. You need to record the audio, make it an MP3, and then upload it to your media library, which then lets you insert it as a player, or you can even share the link and let people download it. So that's a crash course on audio on your WordPress website. Let me know if you have any questions, and it was a good one. Have a good day.